Dear students, in this class we shall discuss how we can measure the radius of curvature of a spherical surface. Suppose you have a watch glass like this. This is the watch glass, and you know that this watch glass will have some curvature. We can determine the radius of curvature of this watch glass using an instrument, and that instrument is called the spherometer. So this is the spherometer. This is the spherometer, and using this instrument we will determine the radius of curvature of a watch glass. Let us see how we can do it. In order to understand this, first of all we have to understand the construction of a simple spherometer. Let us see how we can do it. In order to understand how we can measure the radius of curvature of a spherometer, radius of curvature of a watch glass, we have to first of all understand the basic principle of the spherometer. This is the instrument shown over here. Now it contains several parts. These parts are, first of all, these are the three legs. One leg, then this second leg, and the third leg. So this is a tripod system, and this is a vertical nut like this, and a screw is graduated in this nut, and this is uniform, so that when we rotate the head of this spherometer, when we rotate this in equal number of divisions, it moves through equal distances in the vertical direction. So distance moved in one complete rotation is known as the pitch. Now let us understand how we can exactly determine the pitch of this spherometer. So this is the spherometer. Now here you see, this is the linear scale, and this is this circular scale, just as we had seen in case of the screw gauge. There were two scales, one linear scale and another circular scale. So when we rotate the ratchet, then the stud, then the hub moves towards the stud. In a similar way, when we rotate this head, this particular nut will move in the forward direction, that is in the vertical direction. Now let us see how we can determine the least count of this spherometer. The least count of this spherometer is given by pitch divided by number of division in the circular scale. So if we see the linear scale over here, this is the linear scale, and distance between every linear scale, distance between every two consecutive linear scale is 0.5 millimeter. That is 0.5 millimeter. And as you can see over here, distance between two consecutive divisions, that is 0.5 millimeter. And number of division in the circular scale, as you can see over here, that is 100. This is the number of division on the circular scale. So pitch divided by number of division on the circular scale will give you the least count of the screw gauge. So let us see how we can find out the least count of the screw gauge. So we can say that this least count LC is equal to, least count is equal to pitch divided by number of division, pitch divided by number of division in circular scale. Right. So what is the pitch that we had obtained? That is 0.5 millimeter, and number of division on the circular scale is 100. So that will be equal to 0.005 millimeter. So this is the least count of the spherometer. In order to find out the radius of curvature of a watch glass, we have to first of all find out what is the distance between the three legs. These are the three legs that you can see here. This one, this one, this one. So we have to find the average distance between the legs. Let us see how we can do it. We will turn it like this and press it on the piece of paper. If we press it like this, so if we press it hard and release it, then you will find the 3 points will be formed over here. So the 3 points are like this, as it is marked over here. You can mark it using a pencil or a pen like this. So after marking these 3 points, so this point and this point, you can name it as A, B and C. Right. Now you have to join all these points. It will form an equilateral triangle like this, almost an equilateral triangle. Then measure the length of each side of this triangle. So this has been obtained to be 3.1 centimeter, another one 3 centimeter and another one 2.9 centimeter. Now you have to take out the average. So L is equal to L1 plus L2 plus L3 divided by 3. So if you calculate this, you will get this equal to 3 plus 2.9 plus 3.1 divided by 3. So that is equal to 3 centimeter. So you have got average distance between the legs of the spherometer. Let us go on to the next step. So in the next step, first of all, you have to find out the zero error of this spherometer. So we will place this spherometer on the surface of a plane mirror as it is shown over here. We will rotate the head of this spherometer till it touches the surface of the plane mirror. You keep on rotating like this. You see, I was turning it like this, so this legs did not move. I will stop as soon as the legs will start rotating. Slowly I will rotate this head. Now you can clearly observe that the legs have started rotating. When the legs starts rotating, you have to stop. Now take the linear scale reading. This is where you will get from here. You will get the linear scale reading. We have to see which division this circular part is over the particular division. Now, as we see over here, this goes minus, it goes below 0, that is 0.5 millimeter. So accordingly we will take the observation and let us see what is the circular scale division. Circular scale division, as you see here, circular scale division is, it appears to be 46. This is 46 or 47. Okay, circular scale division is 47 and the linear scale is minus 0.5. Now, what we observed here was the linear scale reading was minus 0.5 millimeter. Secondly, we obtain circular scale reading as 47. So we will subtract 100 from here. So 100 minus 47. As the error is negative, we will subtract from 100. So this gives out to be 53. So you can write zero error. Zero error is equal to minus 0.5 plus 53 multiplied by the least count. So that is equal to minus 0.5 plus 53 multiplied by 0.005 millimeter. So if we calculate this, you will get the answer. So I am repeating this part again. The linear scale reading that we obtained was minus 0.5 millimeter. Circular scale reading that we obtained was 47. So since it is negative error, we will subtract by 100. 100 minus 47 will give out to be 53. So zero error will be minus 0.5 plus 53 multiplied by least count. So if we finally calculate this, you will get this answer in terms of millimeter. So this comes out to be minus 0.235 minus 0.235 millimeter. So this is the zero error. So in every reading that we obtain, we have to add 0.235 millimeter in order to get the exact value of that particular value of H that we will be obtaining just now. In order to find out the readings, we will first of all place the watch glass on this plain glass, and now we will keep the spherometer on this so that the legs are on the spherical surface, and we will rotate the head so that it moves up. Now we will keep on moving like this. We will keep on moving like this till the legs start rotating. So I am rotating it slowly like this. While rotating it slowly, now you see the legs it has just started rotating. So I'll stop over here. I'll stop. That means the tip of the nut has just the watch glass. That is why it is rotating like this. Now I'll take out this spherometer and take the readings. Now here what is observed, I'll bring it nearer and I'll show it to you. What is the linear scale reading? The linear scale reading over here is this one, that it appears to be 1 millimeter. It appears to be 1 millimeter, right? So I will write here that linear scale reading is equal to 1 millimeter, right? And what is this circular scale reading? That you can observe over here. Circular scale reading is 26. That you can see here. Circular scale reading is 26. So in circular scale reading, I will write 26. I will take two other readings like this. So just like the first reading, we have taken the other readings like this. Linear scale reading is always 1 millimeter, and the circular scale readings have been found to be 30 and 28. Then we have calculated linear scale plus circular scale reading into least count, and we got these values. And since the zero error is negative, we will add the zero error over here. We will get these values. So these are the values of H1, H2 and H3, and we will calculate the average of these three. We will get the value of H. We will get the value of H. Now, after getting the value of H, we can convert this in centimeters. The radius of curvature has this formula, that is L square divided by 6h plus h by 2 centimeter. Now putting the value of L from here, L is equal to 3 centimeter as I have determined earlier itself. Now put the value of h, that is 0.134 centimeter, then we will get the value of R. Of error. What are the sources of error in this experiment? The sources of error is that the screw may have frictions. Secondly, the spherometer may have backlash error, and the surplus scale divisions may not be equal in size.